The dreamlike sensation that your ordinary experience is largely illusory, and that most of what you experience when it comes to the external world is largely mental projection. When this is seen clearly, yes, it will seem like you're living in both worlds. You're living in the world of delusion, but you're also living in the world of silence. And the silence is on account of the seeing. The delusion is on account of the content, the projections. So the seeing of the projections is actually the meeting point between the two, where there is delusion, but there's also a much greater sense of reality as well. The sense of reality is being contributed, again, it's not by the projections of the mind, but from the witnessing quality that is seeing those projections. It ties into what we were just exploring a very short while back. That how can delusion exist without becoming delusional? And by the way, that sense of unreality is not entirely a psychological product. It's very much also the illusoriness of things, I'm saying. It's also very much a feature of the physical universe. It's not just that, for example, that you experience life relatively, that this person experiences life relatively to this person is being supplied with his subjective experience that's different from the next person. It's not only that, but it's an actual feature of the universe. What we call, as we know, time and space are not absolute realities. So it's almost as though the Maya, this phenomenon we're calling Maya, which is the dreamlike appearance of the universe, is coming from both sides, both internal and external. You have one type of Maya, which is the internal mental projections, and then you have another type of Maya, which is the relativity of time and space and the laws of physics that support that. You know, so something that seems, let's say you have a rod that seems to be 10 centimeters. It's only 10 centimeters relative to your speed of movement within space. This is one of the basic principles of Einstein's relativity. So the Maya is contributed from both sides of the coin. It's internal and external, which gives you some kind of clue as just how burdensome the limits of one perception can become.
What you said 10 centimeters?
If a rod is 10 centimeters, right, if it's traveling at a certain speed, it can appear to be 20 centimeters, 30, 40. It depends on its rate of motion.
Oh, okay, so the faster it goes.
Yeah, and the time also changes, not just the sense of space. Time also changes. So the faster you travel, in other words, is the slower the passage of time will become for that person. This is just scientific stuff. But it's very much complementary to what has been talked about in yoga as Maya. So we shouldn't think that it's exclusively just mental delusion. The illusoriness of things is also very much contributed by the laws of nature themselves. Are you confused?
No, I'm just thinking about it.
Oh.
So, if we go back to what I said, you're saying that this dreamlike feeling is objective?
The illusoriness of it is subjective and objective. The delusion, of course, is just subjective. Like the illusoriness of a body, of a mirage in the distance. Of course, that's mental perception,
yeah.
But there's physical characteristics which contribute to that as well. You get my meaning?
Yeah, but...
So the contribution is from both sides. It's from both your own mental projection and something to do with the feature of the universe.